Details are still coming in, but NBC News has confirmed there are multiple fatalities on the lower west side of Manhattan. This is the Tribeca neighborhood after a truck driving on a bike path plowed into pedestrians. The driver then engaged in gunfire with police. There is a suspect in custody taken to the hospital with unspecified injuries. NBC's Savannah Guthrie is near the scene there in lower Manhattan. What can you see and what can you tell us, Savannah?
Hi, Lester. Well, this is my neighborhood, and I'm standing on a corner about a block away from where this appears to have happened. There are probably, 100, 200 people just sitting here being held up by police. We can't get there. What I see are an array of emergency vehicles, ambulances. A while back, I saw one of those SWAT hostage negotiation trucks go by. I just saw about 5, 6 police cars coming towards the scene. So it's very much, there's a lot of activity, although, as you say, we're hearing that there's a shooter in custody. I have to tell you, this happened right by a public school, PS 89 289, and it would have been right around the time school was letting out. And in fact, my church pastor's son goes to that school and heard multiple gunshots. He was just on his way home. He ran home. And another friend of mine in the neighborhood said they also heard gunshots, heard about 4 or 5 gunshots is what I've heard. I'm just now hearing a bunch of sirens. It's definitely gotten louder in just the last few moments. Not sure why I hear them. I don't see them. And the other thing to tell you, Lester, and you know this area very well, this is Halloween. I was just about to take my daughter and son out trick-or-treating. I was going to pick up my daughter at school, and the school was in lockdown, as many of the schools around here have been. My friends that whose kids go to PS 89, PS 289 were in lockdown but are now home. So presumably they're not on lockdown anymore. But that's the most of what I can tell you. We just have a scene of a lot of activity, a lot of bewilderment, and a lot of law enforcement personnel.
All right. And Savannah, as you're speaking, we saw a picture that certainly speaks to the gravity of whatever has happened. This is the one, these crumpled bicycles on the path. This is the Hudson River Trust. It's a path that essentially goes from the Battery, the lower end of Manhattan, all the way up the west side of Manhattan. It's popular with commuters. It's popular with tourists who use the sharing bikes, the city bikes, and can be quite crowded on a day like this, and you see those bikes crumble there. We also want to point out that there are indications that the perpetrator in this case may have produced a BB gun or a paintball gun, but was engaged by police, and there was gunfire. Again, the perpetrator has been taken to the hospital here as you get a little aerial scene. This is the West Side Highway. This is in the Tribeca neighborhood. You continue south and you get towards the Ground Zero area and the financial district. And the number of schools, a public school and as well as that high school. Let's go back to Savannah now, who has more for us.
I just wanted to tell you, Lester, in the last 20 seconds, I'm seeing a lot of activity, FDNY, fire engines, all coming toward the scene here. Much more activity than I probably was standing here 20, 25 minutes, and now I see 1, 2, 3 fire trucks coming right now toward the scene. So it just seems that the activity has picked up, and I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know why.